April 22nd, 1989. Dear Will, prom is tonight, and I'm not going. It's fine. I'm fine. I made up my mind a whole month ago and have been able to withstand the borderline harassment of our friends telling me that I'm going to regret this decision for the rest of my life and would be better off just going without a date because it doesn't matter if I have a date or not and it's the experience that counts, and Lucas said you're going to be there so I should go too, and fuck, I regret this so much. What time is it? Why I'm writing down the question instead of just checking my fucking watch? I don't know. It's 5:30 p.m., prom starts at 6, and you probably haven't left your house yet. And why I'm writing about my suit being presentable enough instead of just going to my closet and checking is so fucking counterproductive, and it was like a movie, the way I bolted out of the house in my dress slacks and suit jacket with half-tied Converse, the laces billowing behind me in the wind as I biked through the neighborhood as fast as I could to your house. I should have just taken my car, but of course I had to bring all of my own rom-com fantasies to life. You know, like the big chase scene where the guy runs through the airport praying that it isn't too late to confess his love to the girl that nearly got away. But alas, I am no athlete. So this unfortunately came with the consequence of looking like a sweaty rat by the time I reached your driveway. Thankfully, you and Elle were still there, taking photos with Jonathan on the front steps. I haphazardly thrust my bike onto the curb and sprinted up to you as fast as my legs could carry me. "Will!" I shouted, suddenly conscious of how I hadn't prepared anything to say to you. My actions always have spoken louder than my words, which is concerning considering the fact that I'm planning to become a writer once we're out of high school. So I ran across your front lawn, and I stopped in my tracks when I noticed the surprised looks on Jonathan and Elle's faces, the worried look on your own, and the confused expressions on Joyce and Hop's. "Hey, Mike." Jonathan's eyebrows furrowed together as I gasped for air. "Hey, John," I replied, leaning forward until my palms rested on my knees as I panted. I acknowledged everyone else and then looked back up at you, standing back up and running my hand through my hair. The sweat clung to my hand, which I wiped on my slacks with a grimace. "Hey," I said. "Yeah, so, Will. Dude. Buddy. Do you want to go to the prom with me?" There was a beat of silence that followed, and I felt the urge to cut my own tongue out. Before I could actually act on my impulse, you walked down the stairs and took a few more steps in my direction. "I thought you weren't going," you said, crossing your arms against your chest. I shook my head, shoving my hands in my pockets. "I changed my mind. Lucas told me," I began, but trailed off before I gave myself away. You could never know about how Lucas convinced me to go to prom on the sole basis of your attendance. That would have been so humiliating. "He told you what?" You prompted me to continue, taking another step forward so we were less than a foot apart. "Just that everyone else was going, and that I was a weirdo for not wanting to go as well." "He's not wrong." You smirked up at me, and I lightly smacked your shoulder, feigning offense. "But you went on, now that you're actually coming to prom with us, doesn't that mean you're going with me already?" Against my better judgment, I reached out and adjusted your shirt collar against the lapels of your suit. You looked up at me in mild shock, but hey, at least I didn't kiss you. "I mean, I was asking if you wanted to go to prom with me as my date." Your face turned a beautiful shade of pink, and you stammered out, "I'm not sure if we'd be allowed to do that." "Come on," I pleaded. "We'd be going as friends. They can't kick us out for that." Another moment of silence bloomed between us like the yellow flower in your jacket pocket. You picked at your nails in contemplation. "Fine," you relented with a smirk. "I guess I could go as your prom date, buddy." "I just know you're never gonna let me live that down," I whined, and you just laughed. "Damn straight," you agreed. And I refrained from making a gay joke on account of, I don't know, outing myself. You put my bike in your garage while I was caught up on the plan for transportation, which was Lucas's parents' minivan, which would be there in a few minutes to pick us up. Needless to say, everyone was shocked when I climbed into the van. Prom was pretty lame, and we all ended up leaving early and going back to your house, but I honestly don't give a single flying fuck because we actually got to dance together. I repeat, we actually got to dance together. The music had slowed down, everyone was finding their respective dates, and I was just about to leave the dance floor for my impending closet pity party, TM, when you grabbed my wrist, pulling me closer to you and placing your hands on my hips. "What's the point of prom if you don't have at least one slow dance?" you asked. And I tried my best to appear as nonchalant as possible by shrugging. Meanwhile, I was like 1 second away from dying of happiness. It was dark enough that I got away with putting my hands on your shoulders, and you became a bit more confident with the way your hands gripped my waist as we swayed back and forth to the music. I'm grinning so hard while writing this. I think this has been the best night of my life by far. I hope this feeling lasts forever. Love, Mike.